The brain is the powerhouse that drives our lives. Though we can do nothing without our brains, we really don't know that much about it. We don't know exactly how thoughts and memories are stored, and we don't really understand how sensations affect us the way they do. We don't even understand what lies at the core of our being, our consciousness. This 3-pound lump of gray matter mysteriously contains who we are. Now, there are many myths about the brain, like people only use 10% of their brain, when in reality, we use most of our brain all the time. Another myth is that the brain is like a supercomputer, though the similarities stop with the fact that just both of these process information. For this video, Logan from the YouTube channel Observe actually sent me a script. I looked it over and I really wanted to share it with you guys. Now, Logan's actually a really cool guy with an awesome channel, and I think with the content he puts out, he deserves more subscribers. So I decided to animate his tips to kind of help him out. Now, while there's many myths and mysteries about our brain, here are 10 things that you can start doing today to help develop your super brain.
Alright, so the first tip is to try to learn something new. This doesn't mean that you have to dedicate your whole life to a new project. All it can take is around a quarter of an hour or 15 minutes a day of learning a new thing. Albert Einstein once said if a person studies a subject for 15 minutes a day in a year, he will be an expert. In 5 years, he will be a national expert. Some good things to learn would be a new instrument or yoga, art, sculpting, so on and so forth. So pick up a new hobby and your brain will love you for it. Next is to try doing normal everyday tasks with your non-dominant hand. We could go through life on autopilot most of the time and not even notice it. Have you ever been driving only to look around and realize that you don't remember much of the trip of how you got there? This is you coasting on autopilot. Doing things with your non-dominant hand can get your brain firing again. Try brushing your teeth with your left hand if you're right-handed, or changing the channel on the remote with it. Even little tasks like this will light up the synapses in your brain, causing it to work harder and get stronger. However, I don't recommend pushing the gas and the brake with opposite feet. If you go to a parking lot, try it, and you'll see what I mean. Tip number 3 is to visit a new place. This can be a new country, a new state, new city, or even just a new store that you haven't been inside before. The act of entering a new place and exposing yourself to new surroundings will stimulate your brain into activity as it processes everything new. There will be new smells, new sounds, new visuals, and new sensations. All of this will energize your brain as it revels in the fresh experience. This next tip is a little bit obvious, but you need to sleep. Without sleep, our brains deteriorate. Research shows that most adults need 7 to 9 hours of sleep a night in order to avoid getting sleep deprivation. No more sleep, and no less. However, how many hours you sleep isn't everything. The quality of sleep you obtain is equally important. Quality sleep includes a cycle of quiet or deep sleep, REM sleep, and brief waking periods, which we often don't remember unless something of note happens in them. If you wake up and don't feel rested, then your brain will not be functioning at its full potential. Getting the right amount of quality sleep is key to a powerful brain. Another practice that you have to get in the habit of is eating the right diet. Sugar is terrible for your brain, while fish is excellent for increasing its power. When it comes down to it, the fuel that we pump into our body will determine how well it functions. If we fill it with garbage, it will function like garbage, or garbage compared to what it could be if you were filling it with the correct fuel. You already know this though if you have ever come down from a sugar high. Proper nutrition is important for your entire body, but especially for your brain. Tip number 6 is to practice meditation. Stress has been shown to be extremely harmful to the mind and brain. One of the foremost methods of stress management is meditation. Throughout the day, the brain will be buzzing with activity as we think about everything from having to use the restroom to when the next medical bill is due. This activity is exactly what leads to stress, anxiety, and worry, none of which are beneficial to the brain. Like any muscle, your brain occasionally needs to rest in order to function to its full potential. Along with sleep, meditation provides this rest. With the rest comes energy, happiness, and peace of mind, to name a few. Taking 10 to 20 minutes a day to meditate will give your mind a boost towards being even more powerful. Number 7 is to take up some cognitive training games or activities. Chess, Sudoku, and even learning a new language are a few of these styles of activities. With the surge of apps on smartphones, there's a multitude of apps designed for exercising your brain. Crossword puzzles, however, don't count. If you substitute some social media time for these brain apps, your mind will love you for it. The next tip is one of my favorites. That's to eat dark chocolate. While this one could be added to the eating a good diet tip, The chocolate is a little different, not only because it doesn't seem like a diet food, but also because of what it does for the brain. When you eat dark chocolate, it has a myriad of health benefits, not the least of which is an increase of blood flow to the brain by the release of flavonoids. This has been shown to increase a person's mental capacity and power. So go out there and eat some dark chocolate. Tip number 9 is to work out. This one doesn't sound as fun, but working out doesn't only benefit your body. It also has a substantial benefit for your mind. During a workout, your brain releases BDNF, which is brain-derived neurotrophic factor, which has protective and restorative properties for your memory neurons. Along with this, endorphins are released, which increases a person's happiness. So the next time you lift that weight, remember that your restored and happy brain is getting stronger as well. The final practice on this list is to read, read, read. Everyone knows reading is beneficial to your brain, but few realize that the different styles of reading achieve different results. For instance, casual reading stimulates blood flow to various regions of the brain, while concentrated and informative reading inspires the brain to activate and work other complex regions. Even listening to audiobooks can light up the brain as the imagination kicks in. However, if you were looking for the most beneficial method of reading for your brain, the reading of a novel for literary study and thinking about its historical value is going to be far more beneficial for your brain than just casual reading. And those are the top 10 practices in order to have a super brain. I hope you found these tips helpful. Thank you so much for watching.
I'll say it too. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and check out Logan's channel in this in-screen thing, or in the link in the description. I haven't done a collaboration in a long time, and I actually meant to do this quite a while ago, but I'm glad I finally got it finished. See you guys in the next video.